About to kill it. About to kill it. About to kill it. About to kill
Well, hello there, everybody. I normally don't do the intros, but you know, it's fine. We're gonna mix it up tonight. We are Sex, Love, and the Black Experience, and I am Miss Kiki Love, and my lovely business partner, Miss Nisha B, in the building. Yes. And we got two special guests.
Yes.
That are amazing, that allowed us to be in this incredible space today doing some really, really cool shit. And I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourselves.
My name is Don King, aka DK, and this is my beautiful wife, Brooklyn Xrated.
Yeah, beautiful is like, and I just
being mysterious.
Right? And I fucking love it. So I love it, and she smells fucking phenomenal.
yes, I'm sitting right next door. And
Okay, I'm just often and all the, you know, I just want, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm gonna do. So right, it smell all delicious and stuff.
Who you tell?
Yeah, right.
That's why I done snatched her up a long time ago.
So how long have you guys been together?
20, how you start to lose count after 22 years,
Wow.
February.
I thought it was 24.
Oh wait, shit, see, it's right, 22, 23.
So that's together, and then how long married?
That is
Married.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we met at 99.
Oh, wow. We've been married almost 23 years.
My goodness. I just started high school in 1999. I'm toddler compared to everybody.
We showing out our age a little bit when we say that.
Down in my putting them down. You got it made.
Look amazing.
Thank you.
Okay.
So 23 years, been together since 99. Let's talk about, like, did you start in the space, or how did you even get into the space of, you know, sex and just films and all of this, just the whole world? How did you get into this?
When you looking at me, well, I'm answer. That's a loaded question.
I feel like I get Tina like
it absolutely. Okay, well, being that we started something, right?
Yeah.
There's no way we started in this space, right?
Right,
like,
right.
You know, a young man has to go through his. That was like any other typical young man or woman when I found her.
Right. Right.
Mine, like one of the biggest fights we ever had was because her shirt was a little too see-through one day when we were going to take some mall pictures. You know, all the pictures. One day. Yeah, so one day we was going to take some mall pictures, right? And like we didn't have the lights on in the apartment very much good or something. And so she had put on his shirt and it was real sheer. And by the time we got into the,
you see through.
well, see being banned, right? Testing my abilities.
Right.
And I said, you know what? You ain't wearing it. And she said, yes, I am. And I said, no, you're not. And anyway, that ended up a whole nother place. But that little story speaks to how far we've come to get to where we're at today. Right.
I love it.
As a young man, you're not ready for all of that. You're not ready for you to put your woman out there like that. Like, we had to grow into this. It took time, maturity, trust, years, lots of things for us to get to the point now where, like, you know, look at her now. Like,
Come on. And beautiful.
Yes.
And who does she come home to every night? Hello. That's all that matters, right?
facts. Now I'm like, clutch titties, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, but I love it though. Come on.
Yeah, so you had to do the work. We had a lot of that was just
we had to do the groundwork and the footwork, and you know, and then over time you start to you know, you mature, and then you start to have conversations with that trust and that maturity, where you can start to open up about fantasies and start pushing boundaries. You know, everyone has a set of boundaries, and then we made a conscious decision to start pushing on those a little bit. You stick your toe over a little more, and then a little more, and then a little more. And then by the time we started really, you know, finding ourselves in that space, we started like looking for people or places to be like-minded, and we couldn't find it. Right? Vegas, Phoenix, like we really couldn't find it. You go to those places, they're gross, they're trashy, they're scummy, there's some dude following my wife around with a dick in his hand. You know? And you can't like chin check him because you're at a space that's supposed to allow to do this, right? But it's still, people still cross lines, right?
Right.
So, you know, and so out of that, we started talking about, well, you know what, if there ain't no place, let's make a place.
Period.
And that's what we did. And that's what Greyhouse Society is. And we've been here, you know, over 7 years strong. We've touched the adult world in many different ways, you know, what we kind of cut our teeth with, but, you know, what penthouse parties are here, adult lifestyle parties. But not your common parties. Like our parties and themes are very unique and different. And each one was always very different and themed, with a real grown taste to them.
I love that.
And then where like the best part to me was when people would walk into our place and they would look at me and they'd be like, "How you get on these fine ass black people?" like how did y'all do this? Like people would ask me that's the biggest compliment we ever have. Like because we're like, yes, like that's exactly what we wanted. Like we look at, we're like everyone's like, you know, like prominent people. I'm talking about we've had PhD doctors at our shit, like you know, high society people, good looking, classy, and then, you know, people like to do shit. So, you know,
that happens to show you that it's needed in our community.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
Because that's why we do what we do, right? Because it's needed and there's a space because, again, as Black folks, as melanated people, is a lack, very much so. And as far as education and all of these things that we haven't been taught. So when I see people of color doing amazing, exceedingly things in the sex space, it makes me smile. It makes us smile. So it's just awesome to see this beautiful space, and it just brings me joy. And I'm so excited.
You skipped over
Yes.
a lot of shit.
Putting stuff in a nutshell.
Right.
But I've always been a very high-functioning sexual person. Very ahead of a lot of things. And I started dancing when I was 18.
Okay.
And he wasn't really about that, you know what I mean? So I kind of gave that up to be a wife.
Got you.
Because he was like, hey, you know, choose. So I chose to be a wife, and I put that behind me, even though the money was great. You know, I tasted some of that money and was like, shit, I can work a little bit and make a lot of money.
Why not, bro?
Did really well with that, but then I hung that shit up and decided to get married at a young age, 18. A little bit after that, and kind of, you know, I was kind of dabbling in testing his limits, what he was willing. That's why I wore the sheer shirts, and he was like, that ain't happening. You know? And I had to realize that, you know, I had to play a very submissive role in the relationship in order to get what I wanted, where we are now. And some of his sexual appetite, I would have never thought would be where it is right now, as strict as he was when we were younger.
It's a process.
It is.
It definitely is a process, you know what I mean? But we definitely match each other sexually. Our sexual appetite is very much the same. We're definitely, we like to say we with the shit. We do what the fuck we want and do it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Did you guys do that with each other, or did you seek like, okay, let's go and find spaces to learn our limits, or did you just experiment with each other?
So
I think the first time we would go to a few clubs. We went to Encounters out there in Arizona one time.
Yes. We know Encounters very well.
It was trash. It was sorry. Yeah.
Hope our sponsors.
No.
Yeah.
Say what you feel.
It was trash.
Yes.
And that didn't work out. And then when we moved to Vegas, I just said one day, I said, you know what? I said, let's fuck right now in front of everybody. And that kind of opened up the door for our adventures to come. So one of my favorite memories of our sexual liberation was I'm a voyeur. I like watching people fuck.
Yeah.
That's why I would go to the clubs. Yeah. I wanted to see how people were fucking. You know what I mean?
I'm a voyeur too, so
yeah,
we are here.
Right.
Yes.
So I enjoy watching, and then I decided that I wanted to be on the exhibitionist side of that. So I just told him one day, I said, you know, I looked at him and I said, take me down. He was like, what you mean? I said, fuck me right now in front of everybody.
Was this in like public? Was this in
This was at the club.
Okay, at the club. Okay, got you.
Yeah, so you know, we just started making love, like in, I call it a live studio audience. And I like the thrill, and I like the adrenaline that came with that. And I told him, don't hold back. You know what I mean? Like fuck me, like nobody's here. You know what I'm saying? And it started out with 3 people, and 5 people came, and then 10 people. Next thing you know, it's like 20 people watching, and people looking in the ring and shit. This girl came in, she tried to close the door, and I said, no, keep it open. Come in. Yeah, and
Good times.
yeah, good times, but you know what I mean? And I think for me, the adrenaline of that was a high for me, and I was like, I like this shit. So anytime we go to the club, I usually, I like to perform. I don't want people touching me. I want him touching me. Every now and then I'll let a woman touch me or something. And so come on my titties or my titties or some shit. But for the most part though, I like sex. And it's okay. No, I don't say hell yeah, it's okay. It is so amazing. It's wonderful.
When did the porn come into play? When did that start?
I don't really consider what I do porn.
Gotcha.
I consider it art.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen any of my content.
You haven't.
I've seen it just on the on your social media.
Yep.
Okay, that's
the only.
I don't know.
I walk into when I do interviews. I want to walk into it very clean. I don't want to know. I don't want to see. I want to walk into it and just know you as a person.
How do you consider? I mean, Ruben's seen some of my content.
Yeah.
But do you consider it porn?
Oh. No, I don't, America. No, I consider it creativity. It's the thought that you put behind creating it. So from a creative person, I can tell when a person's kind of doing a cash grab or shock value stuff, or they're actually trying to make something different.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I got a glimpse of that even from your social media.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like, you know, just the show you put on, of course it has to be a little bit more tame on social media, but it's just beautiful and visually stunning. It's just like, even you know how you are now, it's just that's very artistic in itself. So it's amazing. This is me all the time. Nice. It's not
for show.
No, I look like this all the time. Before COVID happened, I was known for wearing masks, and I just love them. You know, it's just a part of me.
Yeah.
I have costumes. Like I dress up in costumes. For most people, they consider them costumes. For me, it's my regular wardrobe. You know what I mean? I got wings and shit, crown. Wow. Love to, you know, take a look in your closet.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So what brought you from Phoenix to Vegas? What made you decide to make that move? Well, we can live everywhere, but he's a professional poker player. So I followed where my baby go. He wanted to move here to.
Yeah.
Go ahead, that's your story.
Yeah. I mean, that's not what we're here to talk about. But yeah,
Right.
I play poker, professional poker player.
You gotta teach me some moves. You gotta win some stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to win.
Oh yeah, he's a real life champion. You know what I mean? And he's very humble
Yeah.
about that. He won't.
I didn't know who he was when I walked in the door, but he shook my hand. He was like, "Hi, I'm." I'm like, "Okay, nice to meet you. I'm Kiki." And kept it because it was chaos. You know, trying to get everything together. But I did not know. But he was just so super sweet and very. And then I realized very quickly who he was, and I was like, "Oh, okay, the owner. Yes, love it."
Yeah, this is my dom.
Yes, I love it.
I have a question in terms of collaboration. What does that mean to you in terms of like in this space? What are some of the things you've done, or what are some things that you want to do in terms of collaborating and networking with other people in the sex space?
Well, you know, the thing is when you open a place like we're in, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't do it for you.
Right.
This is for other people to be in, right? It don't go nowhere without other bodies in here enjoying.
Yes.
So the whole purpose of this is for other people to come in and be a part of it. So what we do and what we're building basically works as a co-op or timeshare in a way, where our members buy in and then they're able to use their time here to enjoy themselves in a multitude of different ways, whether it be filming adult content, shooting stuff, being creative. We also do assisted psychedelic therapy, so we treat people on their psychedelic trips and help them through. This is a space to do it. So each one of the rooms that you see here, we didn't just pick stuff out of a hat. Everything has a very specific reason and meaning that it's all there. Everything is very meticulously thought of, and that's part of it, you know. So, you know, this place does double, and it's open to the public as a film and photo studio. But for our members, for Greyhouse Society, it's something a little bit different. It's something a little bit deeper. So collaboration is everything. We want everyone to come in here and be able to enjoy this stuff and enjoy our space. And push their own boundaries. And
I want people who aren't afraid of what the fuck people think to experience this space, right? I'm all about, I feel like people wear the word liberation now, right? Everyone's like sexually liberated. And I used to be all about sexual liberation, right? But after a while, I got tired trying to teach people what sexual liberation it became frustrating for me. And it was like, you either fucking liberate or you're not. Right? You either want to fuck and fulfill your fantasies or you don't.
Yes.
I got tired of babysitting their sexuality. And what I mean by that is they would look to me for permission to be themselves. And I would say, what do you want to do? What's your fantasy? What do you want to fulfill? You know, and what's holding you back? You know, and I mean, how candid can we be?
Right. Oh no, good. Go.
You know, like some people look at being, you know, I always talk about being fucked in the ass as taboo.
Right.
Especially in our community.
Come on.
Right, because we're raised up in religious backgrounds.
Yes.
And we're taught to be a certain way sexually.
Yep.
You know, missionary style.
Yep.
Right, but who the fuck want to fuck missionary style all the time? Want to just be laying on your back and just looking up, right?
Right.
And a lot of people would be like, well, you know, getting fucked in your ass is nasty. That's savage. And I'm like, look, I'm not going to sex shame somebody because they're willing.
Because I love it.
Right. I love getting fucked in my ass too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes, if I'm relaxed.
Right.
Anyway, I'm not surprised.
today one of those days, baby.
No, it is not. It is not one of them days.
Right. I feel like you do. I have to be in that mood.
Right. You can't be surprised me when they're dick in the ass.
Yeah.
You gotta tell me.
I have a story about that.
Yeah.
Next time. Because he tried it.
But some people in the black community look at it as being savage or not white people shit. I hate,
Right. That's the thing.
I hate when we want to open up sexually. Instead of saying, I'm not comfortable with doing that, they call it white people shit.
Yeah.
Right? But I always tell black women this, well, what you won't do for your man, Becky gonna do anyway, so it don't fucking matter.
I mean, say it to the camera again.
What you gonna do for your man, Becky gonna do. And I have this podcast.
Period.
I used to write these blogs, and they were called Bang 'em Like Becky. And that's what I was known for, because I would just talk about sexual, you know, things that women would say, oh, I'm not going to do this. And I'm like, it don't matter. Becky going to do it. Right? You don't want to suck your man dick. We don't care. Becky going to do it. Right? You're competing against somebody who's willing to get their hair pulled, get fucked in the ass, and get 2 dicks down the throat. They don't give a fuck.
They don't.
When you have a man, if that's your man, try all of your sexual fantasies and desires with the person you with, right? Find out what you like. Don't say what you're not willing to do until you do it. Right? As long as it's not fucking with kids, animals, you know,
those are the rules.
getting shit on, you know, and some people into it, but shit like that, you know.
That's why people shit.
We try not to yuck. Listen, we try not to yuck people's yums, but you're right. It's like,
There's still a line.
But if you can't consent, that's where we draw the line. Children can't consent. Dead people can't consent. Animals can't consent.
The weird shit, the weird shit, right? I'm like,
but we have rules and regulations when it comes to that, and like kids are off limits, right?
Animals.
Animals are off limits.
What I mean?
And the elderly, those who literally can't, you know, in the mind can't consent.
Well, they got a whole porn about elderly people, so I mean, grandpa kind of freaky, so.
Both freaky grandma, but not a freaky grandma with their innocence.
Right.
That's the problem.
Right. Saturated. So it's those types of things. There's levels to it. And so, but what we do as sex educators in this community is what we try to do is put your toe in, and then dip your motherfucker toe in, and then splatter that all over it. And again, what we do for the melanated community is open their eyes to the possibility that there are black people in this space that are doing the fucking work.
It's a lot of black people, and that's what I was saying. I got sick of babysitting people's sexuality. It's like, you know, don't look to me for what you want to do sexually. We already know what we want to. I always say if it make your dick move or your pussy move, that's what you want to do.
What you want to do.
You know what I mean? Now, when you're vocally saying that is different than sitting there being fake about the shit and shaming somebody else because they like
funny. It's funny because I watched the show on OWN called Ready to Love, and they have a dom on there, a pro dom on there, and all the sisters, every last single one of them were like, hell fucking no. I am not going to let you do X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 all the bullshit that you are.
But they secretly want.
Right, they all secretly want. We know, we are.
So that's what we
do it. That's your shit.
We try to expose people and then let them make the decision. But then also people who are already into that, we try to bring their tribe. Like, it's people in this community that I can connect with. Because some people, they, especially in a transplant state like Arizona, a lot of people don't know where to go. They came from New York and they might have had a lifestyle community, and then they come here and they don't know where to go. So that's what we try to do, is like plug people in.
What are the future endeavors that you guys are planning to do? And where can we find you at? Where can the people locate you and things like that?
So some of the things that we're going to do, because like I said, we don't give a fuck. We literally do what we want to do.
Period.
People know that about us.
I'm like pretty like, stop, bro.
We grow as fuck, you know what I mean? But now we could talk about the porn. I'm finally about to step in the porn game. And we're going to start our own thing called Brooklyn and DK's Adventures. So he basically just kind of following us around. I've done some dom slut training. You know what I mean? I'm a very proud slut wife. And what I mean by that is I do whatever he asks me to do. Period. You know what I mean? This is who I'm with. I mean, if I'm going to experiment and play around, then I'm going to do it with him.
Right.
Period. You know what I mean? This is...
Now, have y'all played with other men, or do you do women, or...
I'm about to start introducing women to him in our relationship, but just like, you know, on some sex toy shit, like dildos with heartbeats and whatnot, you know. And anybody that we bring into the relationship is literally just a pulse.
He's not a relationship type of.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like I don't like. I'm
It's not ever gonna be a.
Let's just be real. I'm gonna fuck you and leave. But
Right.
you know what I mean? I'm not looking for anything. I'm just looking. I'm looking for pleasure,
Keep it
and
in
that's
the
it.
bedroom, you know.
That's
Keep
it. I don't want nothing else. Like I don't want the drama that come with it.
Yeah, like so you know the adventures that we're gonna show.
Yeah.
Basically.
Follow me around, fucking different people.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring people into our bedroom and
Where will people find
show
it?
the world. how
We're
it gets down.
actually about to begin production.
It's gonna be Brooklyn Xrated. You can find her Brooklyn Xrated across all the platforms. For anybody who's interested in coming to being a society member with us, it's greyhousesociety.com.
Yeah.
That's under construction, and we'll be open for membership within.
We definitely bet.
100%.
Yeah, that's
Now it's not come one, come on.
Right.
Yeah, so when you know, the thing is, you know, I'm not gonna be young forever, right? So
Yes.
I wanna try shit, you know. He's faithful, he's loyal. So I mean, throwing some pussy his way ain't shit to me, you know what I mean? But I mean, let's have fun, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah, absolutely.
we here to have some fun, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah, I could totally relate. I didn't really come out into the whole sex space until my 40s. I just turned 50 Monday. Last Monday, thank you. And I found a partner, so I'm like listening to what y'all saying because like I feel like my husband is he's the one to do all these amazing things.
do it.
And so we're experimenting.
He deserves it. He earned it. You know what I mean? Like he gives me the world. Anything I want, he gives to me. So I mean, with some pussy, you know what I mean?
Period.
And you ain't worried, like you say, you ain't worried about it.
I'm not worried about you. I ain't worried about nothing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, thank you for sharing. Any beauty, and just you said Brooklyn Xrated on.
Yeah, Brooklyn Xrated across all platforms. That's Onlyfans and everything. That's where you'll be able to find the episodes. There is a little bit of content on there already on the Onlyfans.
It's going from art to some freaky shit. Like I'm ready to get freaky.
You don't keep coming with some art though too, man. We have a lot of stylized.
I want to be your favorite porn star.
And I'm like, listen,
I want to compete a little bit. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna masturbate to this.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm here to catch some bodies. No, to catch some bodies.
Come on, thank you.
Yes, we're excited. So
Thank you so much.
Please plug all of your social media so that way we can put it in the bios and everything after we plug. So please plug away all your shit. Plug
Just
everything.
Brooklyn Xrated on all platforms. greyhousesociety.com. That should be up within a month of today.
And that's all social media, Instagram, Twitter, everything.
Brooklyn Xrated across it.
Nice.
And we looking for members, you know what I mean? If you with the shit, you sexually open, you free, you like some classy shit, you
Yeah.
And how much is membership?
Memberships start at $100 a month.
Nice.
Your dollars don't go to waste with Grey House. So basically what we do is we store those dollars for you. We convert those into credit within our platform. And you can use that on all the different things that we have to offer. So whether it be time here, psychedelic treatment. My wife is also a designer, so we got bags, purses, we got sex toys.
Yeah, I saw the cologne.
Yeah, I got perfume. It did really well. It's called Voyeur. A lot of people in Phoenix rock it. And then my own cologne, Dom. Shout out to iRock. He loves my cologne. You know what I mean? A lot of people, I got my own robes and everything's made in like Italy.
Yeah, high fashion stuff. So the idea behind membership is basically
And sex toys. I got my own sex toys too. So
for your membership, the money builds and accumulates. If you want to come spend it with us in person, come have an experience, you can do that. Something happens, you can cash out, get robes, bags, purses, sex toys, but you're still one of us. Just play with us.
Thank you guys so much for allowing us in your space. We just had our kickback weekend, and we were allowed to come in here and make people feel sexy in this magical space and make magic. And we just thank you for allowing us to do that.
Pleasure. Thank you guys so much. Yes. Yeah, we were just like, what? Y'all want us probably people to come over here? Just of course.
yeah, right on here. You can come here, fuck.
You ain't saying none but a word. And my husband be down for it. You better be down for it.
Yeah, we have us saying what happens in the grave.
Studies on the grave.
Period. Well, in that note, Sex, Love, and the Black Experience is out.
Thank you.
And well, we are the dynamic sister duo, and we do fun sex events here in Phoenix, and we're both sex educators, me and my lovely business partner.
It's easy to sit and lecture about sex. Okay, today we're going to talk about this topic when it comes to sex, but we wanted to bring it in a more fun and inclusive and just sexy environment.
Yeah, the Melanated Sex Expo is literally, and I'm trying not to get emotional because it's been such a long journey, but it was literally giving birth right before my very eyes, and I don't even have children. It was something that was created from my head, from God's vision too, and I hope everybody's hearts and I hope everybody felt it.
We want Phoenix to be the premier place that every year people will come here for our Melanated Sex Expo. They will immerse themselves in the city of Phoenix and see all that it has to offer. But at our event, they will also get to see all the talented people here who, you know, have so much to offer when it comes to business and when it comes to sexual health and wellness.
You can expect fun. You can expect sexiness, kinky things, laughs, and having a good time.
So I would say everybody, you can be young, you can be old, it doesn't matter what color you are. Of course, we say that we is for the BIPOC community or melanated community, but if you love melanated people, then you are our people too.